Let me know how that sounds.
Dai was not pulling the trigger on any of these situations, but Jing is kind of making pay for that passivity, I think.
Dai might be dead. Jing gets the meter. No, he didn't get the meter.
You can.
Time to guess. Yeah. Oh, he guessed right.
Wow.
Yeah, Dai's like wake up DPs were on point this tournament. Double jump air dash.
Oh, get off me.
Oh my god, what a hit!
Alright. Jing has to be careful about throwing out projectiles. Oh my god.
He almost died.
But Dai's trying to, you know, sniff out.
Unlucky. He didn't turn around. He held shield for anti-air.
Okay. Wow. It was unlucky for Jing that his shield. Well, it was a 2A. It would beat the high shield anyway.
Yeah. So just let me know if like the stream mod if the video audio is too loud.
He did just try and gamble it.
Yeah. He had no. Again, not robbed. Outplayed. Not robbed. Outplayed.
As Dai here.
Alright. Jing kind of panicking on defense there. Not blocking high and low shielding.
Hey, I got hit.
It is disorienting. It is hard to see.
I have an important question to ask. What does it mean? What does it mean to you when you say someone got robbed in a fighting game? Because I feel like people don't understand what it means when like there's no such thing as robbery in a fighting game. You either get outplayed or you get outclassed. It's one of those two. There's like, do we forget what comebacks are? It's like that's crazy. I don't understand. Someone tell me what the difference between being robbed and being outplayed is, please. Use it jokingly when someone makes a comeback. I feel like people don't use it jokingly anymore. I feel like people use that shit to people use that as like they think robbed means outplayed when it's not. When it's like just say you got outplayed. But everyone uses robbed nowadays, so it's like it's really weird to say that. I think that's I think there's more people using terms and not knowing what they mean, and it influences people who don't know as much, so they just kind of like spout the same shit and they don't understand what's going on. Jokingly, emotionally. It's robbery when I don't do it. But no, it's important because I feel like people think robbed is real. Someone being robbed in a fighting game is real, and it's like there's no such thing as being robbed in a fighting game. Like everything you do, if you get hit, you didn't block the mix-up. If your DP got baited, you chose wrong on defense or on offense. You dropped your combo, it happens. You drop combos. Don't drop combos, you know? I get mashed out of a meaty, but it's the same as me being salting and joking. Alright, as long as people understand, because I feel like too many people are just like, oh, robbed. Like, oh, you had an 80% life lead and they had 1% and you lost? Nah, you got robbed, bro. Like you should have made sure that you blocked the 8-way mix-up that they did on you each and every time. You think it's impossible? It is impossible. There's no way to get robbed in a fighting game unless like something happens where someone presses the PlayStation pad, the PlayStation button, right? That's the only way. Like that's out of your control. That's the only thing out of your control, right? Like let's say you desynced all the pads, but something causes the game to pause anyway. That's out of your control. All right, cool. That's it. Nothing else. So you don't see how it can't be a joke at the end of the day? I mean, the thing is when people say rob, they think it's like for real. Is the only way to describe Leo and Exert? No, you just got outplayed by Leo. Like, Leo doesn't rob you. Leo preys on the fact that, like, you press the button outside of the range that is effective for you, but it's in the range where he can counter hit you with standing 5H in the stance. Like, that's his game plan. Because of shield, and I never fully understand what they mean, or more so, it's unfair and they feel like they were wrong for approaching when they get shielded. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about right there. It's like, oh, this game is just robbery because shield exists. It's like, no, you know how to fight shield. You keep guessing wrong on shield. That's on you. Like when you guess wrong on shield, the game doesn't say like, you know what, you lose in this instance. Like you got robbed. That shit doesn't happen. I feel like too many people don't understand what robbery means, and it's like I get frustrated, but I don't want to type in chats when I see people say that. I just close stream chats and be like, well, you can keep talking as much as you wanna. The soul come back in +R when he won off the dragon install. Also not robbery, but yeah. Because remember when people were using Kappa? People don't use Kappas anymore to signify that like they're joking. Like if you put Kappa down, I'm like, okay, I don't take you seriously. But when people say that shit, I'm just like, do you really think that? Like I feel like when people say stuff in stream chat, they genuinely think some of that shit like, oh, you got robbed at Lamau. It's like, really? Seriously? You just started playing yesterday? uh, Faisal? Did I say Faisal? But yeah, if you just started playing yesterday and you understand like what robbery means, and that shit doesn't exist in fighting games, then you're better than like 90% of people who play fighting games. Just scary, just not a robbery. Exactly. So when people use terms in fighting games, not terms, when people say things in fighting games in jest, but
so godlike, he's giving him advice right now as we speak.
Facial plug 517. Thank you for follow. What's up? I mean, you just guessed wrong on the shield. Yeah, exactly. Someone should rob MTL shield from the. Okay. You just like saying it because I think it's funny to describe it in that way, but I can see how people can take it the wrong way. No, people generally think when you get outplayed in a fighting game, you get robbed. And it's like, that. No, you just guessed wrong. You guessed wrong, your decision making was poor, that's why you lost. You got outplayed. But people think like, oh no, robbed. You should have won that round. It's like, no. If you should have won that round, you would have fucking won that round. Like, you shouldn't have dropped your combo. You shouldn't have thought to save meter, Yeah, it happens. Robbery is like when a lag happens or glitch. More like a bug. Like if a bug occurs, that can be considered like, oh, I just call that being unlucky. Like if there's lag or if there's a bug, you're just unlucky. Because like, bugs don't happen all the time. They're specific, but they don't happen every single instance. Lag, like if you're playing in a net play tournament, you're just unlucky. You didn't get robbed, you're just unlucky. You can't do anything about it. Rollback frames, yeah, that's just being unlucky. That's like, unlucky. Well, gotta keep going. It's not like you could get it back, right? If this happened, you would have died, but yeah, the hypothetical scenario didn't happen, so that's pretend, yeah. So you just try to BC out. Sometimes it's okay not to BC out right away. Sometimes you hold. Like you tap and you hold just to make sure you don't get hit with their BC or A follow-up. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so many people who play fighting games use the term robbery, and it's like, just say outplayed. Like, oh, they got outplayed. That's it. Or you got outplayed. That's literally it. What is coin flipping? It's just losing on the 50-50. You just lost on the decision making. It's like if you shielded someone's 2A and you did BC follow up, but they held shield and they did A follow up and killed you, then like you just lost there. Like you didn't think they would hold shield and do A follow up. You thought they would they would just keep mashing 2A, right? It happens. Am I gonna try out MK1? No, I do not. NRS games, I don't play them. I just watch them. I have a lot of friends who play NRS games, but that's fine. They play NRS games. I don't need to play NRS games. I just like watching them. Okay. All right. Let's see.
But trust me,
It's
yeah.
You sit there and you're like, man.
Because like when you watch it from like an outside perspective, you're like, oh, what is he doing? Like, why are people getting hit by this empty low?
And then like you play, you're like, all right, I'll just switch.
You're like, oh, why he teleport?
Like I'll block the correct way. Oh, I just got hit. Okay, well.
All right, game 2. Enough about being ranting about people being wrong in fighting games.
And it's looking pretty good for them.
Unlucky.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he wanted 2-4, but it turned into 2-3-6 because he jumped over.
yeah.
You hate having a block button? That sounds like a personal problem.
Good spot. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That just happened, by the way.
Gets that launcher follow-up punish on the BC.
Stagger.
Double red, yeah, chilling.
Holding down back. Double move drive.
6 BC. He caught his backdash.
Punished by the moon skill ladle.
Yeah, what a call out from Jake.
All right.
Pum, 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 pum.
How are you gonna
Double
get out
jump.
of this die? Nope.
Ah, he didn't catch the backdash correctly. He did 2A, not 2A, 2C.
Guessing game working out for Die.
Spend.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's time for the dreaded left-right mix-up.
Ah!
That was so scary.
And then he whiffed throw and just did it again. What a beast. Plus frames.
Get his life,
Yeah.
right there. Hey, that's not
Damn, I called that shit too. I'm such a beast.
scary.
He chased the fuck out of him right there. And he tried to press the button.
Oh no!
He's not dead. Okay.
Hey,